talk about how to get a intro and outro on our podcast. So I've got my little sample podcast here. I've just recorded it. It's very short. And as you can see, my levels are good, except for right here. My levels are very soft, but I did that on purpose because I'm kind of whispering to the microphone on purpose. So, but you want to make sure if your levels are not looking like this, just don't even try to turn it in. I'm just going to send it back to you. So make sure you get nice, good levels, but nothing going off the edge, because if it goes off the edge, that means it's clipping, and I'm getting really close to clipping here. But everything else is good. Okay, so there we have our podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my podcast. This is Mr. Flick. Okay, so there's my podcast. How do I put an intro and outro on it? So all I'm going to do is go back to my website here, and you can see I'm on the podcasting page, okay? Scroll down a little bit and you can see I've got two files here to download, the intro and the outro. So I'm just going to two-finger tap onto that, and I'm just going to download linked file as, and it's right there, and I'm going to send it right here to my downloads folder. Okay, and I already done it before, so I just wanted to do that again. Same thing here. I'm going to two-finger tap onto this one. Oops, that just was a regular two-finger tap, and then download linked file as. I'm going to save that one again to my downloads folder, replace the other one that I did previously. But now I'm training you, so I wanted to download those again. Okay, so now let's just go back to GarageBand, and I can now bring those in. So here's the intro. I'm just going to drag that into here onto a new track. And there's the intro right there. And now I can just rewind. Hello, everyone, and welcome to... Well, obviously I'm speaking on top of that one, so I've got to take this track here, move it over, so it starts maybe just as this is fading off. Okay, let's rewind and listen.
You're about to listen to another amazing
it's a little loud. I'm going to turn it down.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my podcast.
Yeah, that's great. Just as it's fading out, I start to talk. Now let's go to the end of my podcast. Now this is a really short podcast where yours is going to be nice and long. Let me go ahead and drag the outro onto that empty track there. And then I'm going to have that just start just the moment I stop talking.
This is an example of a podcast. This has been another 100.
Okay, so there you go. I've added the intro and the outro, and it is now ready to go. Make sure to save your file with an appropriate name. And I'm just going to call this Mr. Flick Podcast number 23. Okay. And then export it as an MP3, and you're good to go.